Hello, dear students. My name is Bankeshwar Panigrahi, Faculty BCA, Chikiti Mahavidyalaya. In our previous session, we have discussed about introduction to data communication, characteristics of data communication, components of a data communication system, and the data flow. So today we are going to start a new topic that is called networking topology. So first we may go for what is networking. Computer networking explains how computers connect with each other for sharing resource and information, and what technologies and devices they use for connectivity. So again, what is networking? Computer networking explains how computers connect with each other for sharing resource and information, and what technologies and devices they use for connectivity. Next topic is what is topology. Topology means it is the diagrammatical representation or the geometrical representation of number of terminals or computers are interconnected for communicating with each other by sharing or exchanging their informations. So here are the notes. What is topology? Geometric representation of how the computers are connected to each other is known as topology. Topology defines the structure of the network of how all the components are interconnected to each other. Here components includes the hub, switch, router, different computer systems, etc. Topology are of different types. They are mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology, and hybrid topology. The diagrammatical representation of the different type of topological structures are here. So this is called the diagrammatical representation. So topology are of different types. They are mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology, and hybrid topology. We may go one by one. So first one is mesh topology. So what is mesh topology and how the mesh topology works, and where we should implement the mesh topology? So it is the diagrammatic representation of mesh topology. It is the diagrammatical representation of mesh topology. So mesh topology is an arrangement of the network in which computers are connected with each other through various connections. Here stations are known as different type of computers. Let us consider stations. We may consider here stations as computers, and all the computers are interconnected with different types of connectivities. So here multiple paths are available in mesh topology. So multiple paths means every station is connect with other stations and easily communicate with each other directly. So it is mainly used for wireless networks. It is mainly used for wireless networks. It can be formed by using the formula n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So again, what is mesh topology? Mesh topology is an arrangement of the networks. Mesh topology is an arrangement of the networks in which computers are connected with each other through various connections. Here, multiple paths are available for each and every computer to share the information among themselves. It is mainly used for wireless networks. It can be formed by using the formula n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So it is also, in other words, we can say the mesh topology is a completely connected topology, because here each and every station or computer or nodes are connected to each other in multiple ways, and each and every station has established in their own paths with another systems. That's why it is called mesh topology, or also called complete connected topology. So we may go for the nodes. So mesh topology is an arrangement of the network in which computers are interconnected with each other through various redundant connections. Redundant means repeated connections. There are multiple paths from one computer to another computer, as shown in the diagram. There are multiple paths. Here is one path, here is one path, and here is one path, here is one path. So it is completely connected. That's why multiple paths are available from one computer to another computer. It does not contain the switch, hub, or any central computer which acts as a central point of communication. That means the mesh topology does not include any type of hub. That's why all systems are having their own priority to transmit or exchange the information. So here no one is client and no one is server. Next, mesh topology can be formed by using the formula, as I have told, n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So next one is advantages. So what are the advantages of mesh topology? It is very reliable or flexible, as if any link breakdown will not affect the communication between connected computers, because here no one is called the server computer and all are directly connected to each other. They are not depending on one device. That's why they are independent. It is very reliable, as if any link breakdown will not affect the communication between connected computers. So another advantage is communication is very fast between the nodes. Next is disadvantages. So what is the disadvantages of mesh topology? It is very costlier, because it needs large number of connected devices like router and more transmission medias. So here the notes. Advantages of mesh topology. First one is reliable. The mesh topology networks are very reliable, as if any link breakdown will not affect the communication between connected computers, because multiple paths are available for one and other computers. Next one is fast communication. Communication is very fast between the nodes because they are directly attached to each other. And what are the disadvantages? The major disadvantages is cost. A mesh topology contains a large number of connected devices such as a router and more transmission media than other topologies. So transmission media are different types. They are divided into guided media and unguided media. So what we discuss in our coming classes. So it is all about mesh topology. So mesh topology is otherwise called as completely connected topology. Next we may go for number 2, star topology. So in star topology, the arrangement of the network in which every node is connected to the central hub, switch or central computer. That means here all the stations are dependent on one hub or one central computer. Here the central computer is called as server, and the child computers or systems, they are dependent on the on the server computer. They are known as clients, and it is the most popular usable topology in network implementation because here one hub is controlling the all other systems. So we may go for the nodes. Star topology. So star topology is an arrangement of the network in which every node is connected to the central hub. As shown in the figure, this is hub and this is called as server computer, and the station 1, station 2, station 3 and station 4, these are called as client computers. So star topology is an arrangement of the network in which every node is connected to the central hub, switch or a central computer. The central computer is known as server, and the peripheral devices attached to the server are known as clients. As shown in the figure, this is a hub and this is called as server computer, and these are called as the peripherals. So peripherals means they are surrounded to the hub. Station 1, station 2, station 3 and station 4, they are called as clients. So star topology is the most popular topology in network implementation. And what are the advantages and disadvantages? Here each station is connected to the central hub with its own cable. Therefore, failure in one cable will not affect the entire network. Here the diagram, this is the hub and these are the stations. Each and every station will connect to the hub with their individual cable. If one station is a failure, then the entire system will not affected or entire network will not affected. All the works are going on as usual. It is easily expandable, that is, new stations can be added to the open ports on the hubs. If here in the diagram there are four connections or 4 ports are there, if we may consider a large hub, then there may be a lot of possible ports, and we can easily add a station or a computer to that hub or the free hub easily. That means we can expand our network very easily. Next, what are the disadvantages? Here, all the server computer or the client computers are totally dependent on the hub or the central computer. So here one major drawback is there, that is, if the central computer is breakdown, then the total network will be destroyed, because all the communications are passed through or all the informations are exchanged through the hub. That's why if the hub is destroyed, then the total network will be destroyed. Let me go for the notes. So these are the advantages of star topology. As each station is connected to the central hub with its own cable, therefore failure in one cable will not affect the entire network. It is easily expandable, as new stations can be added to the open ports on the hub. So disadvantages is, if the central hub or switch goes down, then all the connected nodes will not be able to communicate with each other, because all the client computers are totally dependent on the central computer or the hub. So this is all about star topology. Our next topic is bus topology. So the structure will looks like a bus, that's why it is called as bus topology. The bus topology is designed in such a way that all the stations are connected through a single cable, that is called backbone cable or single transmission medium. We can also say that single cable is, this is the single cable, and we can say here the single cable is also a single transmission medium or single communication channel. So the bus topology is designed in such a way that all the stations are connected through a single cable known as backbone cable. That means these are the stations, station 1, station 2 and station 3, and they are connected through a single transmission medium, that is called as backbone cable also, and also single transmission medium, because all the communications are going through this single transmission medium, and the single transmission medium will hold the station 1, station 2 and station 3. Next, each node is either connected to the backbone cable directly, or it is connected to the backbone cable through a drop line. Drop line means a single link. So that is it is basically used in CSMA techniques. CSMA means carrier sense multiple access. We may discuss about the CSMA in our coming classes. Now we may go for the notes. So bus topology. The bus topology is designed in such a way that all the stations are connected through a single cable known as backbone cable. Each node is either connected to the backbone cable by drop cable or directly connected to the backbone cable, as I have told. The most common access method of the bus topology is CSMA, that is known as, the full form of CSMA is carrier sense multiple access. Carrier sense multiple access, and we may discuss about CSMA in our coming sessions. Next, what are the advantages of bus topology? Here, nodes are directly connected to the cable without passing through a hub. That means here no hub is required and one single cable that is directly connected to the different types of nodes. Here this is the diagram and these are the stations, or we can say nodes: station 1, station 2, station 3. They are directly connected to the backbone cable, and here no router is required to connect the cable and the stations. So here the cable what we are using, that is known as coaxial cable and twisted pair wires. So these are used as transmission medium or cable. That's why data speed is very high. So for that we are using the coaxial cables and twisted pair wires as transmission medium to transmit the data among the different stations. So next one is, next advantage is failure in one node will not affect on other nodes. Here three stations are connected to a single communication line, but they are connected individually, or they are connected with their individual connection. If station 1 will failure, then it will not affect to the entire network, or it will not affect to station 2 and station 3. Similarly, if station 2 is failure, then it is not affected to the entire network. That means station 1 and station 3 are not affected. That's why this is the main advantages of the bus topology. And what is the disadvantages here? Adding new devices to the network would slow down the network, the entire network. Why? Because here we are using the three stations and we are using the single communication line. If we are using another system, then the data rate will automatically slow down as the previous data rate. That's why adding a new device to the network would slow down the total network. It is very simple to connect the devices to the computers to the communication line, but still it requires a lots of cables. Another major disadvantages is there, that is, if one station will failure, then the total network will not affected. But if the communication line is failure, then the total network will stop communicating or working. So this is the major drawback. What is that? If the single communication line is failure, then the entire network will not work properly, or the total work will be stopped, because all stations are connected to the cable or single cable line. So this is known as backbone cable. If this backbone cable will failure down, then the entire network will be stopped. When we go for the nodes, these are the advantages of bus topology. In bus topology, nodes are directly connected to the cable without passing through a hub, as we have seen the figure. Therefore, the initial cost of installation is low, and coaxial or twisted pair cables are mainly used in bus based networks. A failure in one node will not have any effect on other nodes. So these are the advantages. And what are the disadvantages? A bus topology is quite simpler, but still it requires a lot of cabling. That means it requires more number of cables to connect the single communication line to the computers or to the nodes. Adding new devices to the network would slow down the network. Next, this is all about bus topology. Next topology we may go for, that is ring topology. So here is the structure or the diagrammatical representation of ring topology. It looks like a ring, that's why it is called as ring topology. So it is as much similar as to the bus topology. The computers that receives the message from the previous computer will retransmit to the next node. That means this is the communication line, and this communication line includes station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4, station 5 and station 6. Here station 2 transmits the message what it receives from station 1, and station 3 retransmits it what it receives from station 2, and station 4 retransmits the message what it receives from station 3. As like that, the all systems are communicate with each other. Data flow here in this ring topology, data flow is unidirectional. That means, as we have discussed in our previous session, data flow is of three types. What are they? Unidirectional simplex mode, half duplex mode and full duplex mode. So unidirectional means it is simplex mode or simplex mode of communication. So in ring topology, the communication or the data flow is what? Unidirectional. That means the message can pass in one direction only. There is no possible of the pass the message in the previous manner. So here the data flow is unidirectional. And another important point is here, that is the data flow or whatever the data is transmitting by the stations, they are in a clockwise manner. That means in station 1 will pass the data to station 2 and station 3 and station 4, station 5 and station 6. But it is not possible to pass the data in anti-clockwise manner. That means station 2 will not pass the data to station 1 and station 1 will not pass the data to station 6. As like that. So it is mainly used in token passing system. This is another new topic, token passing system. We will discuss in our later on classes. So what are the advantages of ring topology here? It is more reliable or more flexible network because the communication system is not dependent on the single host computer. Here also in this diagram we have seen that there is no one is called as here master computer and no one is called as child computer. All the systems or all the stations are having equal priority to transmit the data among themselves. That's why it is more flexible network, because the communication system is not dependent on the single host computer, because here no one is called as host computer. And what is the disadvantage? The breakdown in one station leads to the failure of the overall network, because here we have seen that whatever the data will pass to the previous from the previous stations. The coming station will retransmit only that message. So if the breakdown in one station leads to the failure of the overall network, because here they are connected like a ring fashion or with each other in a circular fashion. If one station is discarded, because here communication is clockwise fashion, if one system is failure, then it is definitely affect to the total ring structure or ring network. Another disadvantage is what? Adding of new devices will slow down the entire network, because whenever we are establishing or installing the communication line, we are having 6 number of stations. If number of stations are going on increased, then obviously data rate or data flow will be automatically slowed down. So this is all about ring topology. Let me go for the nodes. Ring topology, it is look as like a bus topology with connected ends. Next point is the node that receives the message from the previous computer will retransmit to the next node. The data flows is in one direction, that is, it is unidirectional. The data in a ring topology flow in a clockwise direction, and the advantages are faulty devices can be removed from the network without bringing the network down. It is a more reliable network because the communication system is not dependent on the single computer or single host computer, because in ring topology there is no one is called as host computer and no one is called as child computer. And what are the disadvantages? As I have told, the breakdown in one station leads to the failure of the overall network. Adding new devices to the network would slow down the network. So next one is hybrid topology. So what is this? Hybrid topology. So this is the structure of hybrid topology. The combination of various different topologies is known as hybrid topology. What is that? The combination of various different topologies is known as hybrid topologies. That means hybrid topologies is a combination of more than one topology. That's why it is called as hybrid. It is a connection between different links and nodes to transfer the data. Here, as shown in the diagram, this is hub and this is one cable that is connected, and within that one cable or transmission medium we have connected 3 stations. Then it is another communication line, and here also we have connected 3 different stations. This is the end of the cable, end of the cable, and end of the cable. And this is the third line where we also add 3 stations to communicate among themselves. These all 3 communication or transmission mediums are connected through a central hub. So here hub is called as host computer, and all the stations they are connected station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4, station 5 and station 6, 7, station 8 and station 9. They are all called as client computers, and the hub is known as the central computer or server computer, and they are totally dependent or totally the communication transmission mediums are totally dependent on here on the single hub. So that's why it is called as combination of various different topologies is known as hybrid topology. It is a connection between different links and nodes to transfer the data. If we want to transfer the data from one station to another station, then we may communicate through the central hub. So what are the advantages here? If any error occurs in any part of the data network, it will not affect to the entire network. That means if any error occurs in any part of the network, it will not affect to the entire network. That means here three types of network connections are there. This is one network connection, this is second one, this is third one. If suppose this connection is failed down or failure, then these two are not affected. Similarly, if the central one is failure, then the first one and the third one will not affected. Similarly, if the third one is failure, then also the first and second one will communicating with each other as usual. That means they are not affected. So here what are the advantages? If any error occurs in any part of the network, it will not affect to the entire network, as I have told that. This is the advantage. So here also adding a new device is easy because single transmission medium is there and ports are available. If one blank port is there, then we can easily add one device to expand our network easily. So what are the disadvantage or drawback in hybrid topology? The designing of the network structure is very difficult because here one hub is there and single transmission mediums are connected to the hub, and each and every communication channel they are having one by many number of stations. So the designing structure of network is very difficult because it is a combination of different types of topologies. That's why it is called as hybrid. It is known as hybrid. So the infrastructure cost is very high because here we are using many devices like transmission mediums, a central hub, a switch, a router to transmit the data, and number of stations. That's why the infrastructure cost is very high. So this is the notes regarding the hybrid topology. The combination of various different topologies is known as hybrid topology. As I have told, a hybrid topology is a connection between different links and nodes to transfer the data, and advantages of hybrid topology includes: if a fault occurs in any part of the network, it will not affect the functioning of the rest of the network. That means, as I have told, if any error will occur in the first transmission line, then it will not affect the second and third one, If similarly, if second one is having some problem, then first and third one will not affected. Similarly, if third one is having some problem, then first and second one will not be affected. So next advantages is what? Size of the network can be easily expanded by adding new devices without affecting the functionality of the existing network. So this is all about networking topologies. This topology, these are the some extra points are there. This topology is very flexible as it can be designed according to the requirements of the organization. So these are the disadvantages. The major drawback of the hybrid topology is the design of the hybrid network. It is very difficult to design the architecture of the hybrid network, and the infrastructure cost is very high, as a hybrid network requires a lot of cabling, because as shown in the above diagram, we have seen that number of cables are there, and network devices, that means hub is there, router is needed, repeater is needed. That's why it is very high cost infrastructure. So these are the disadvantages of hybrid topology, and this is all about networking topologies. Again, we will start briefly. So what is a topology? The geometric representation of how the computers are connected to each other for sharing the information among themselves is known as topology. So topology are of different types, like mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology. Another one is the hybrid topology. Hybrid topology is not here because hybrid topology is combination of more than one topologies. So this is the diagrammatical representation of for mesh topology, or we can say it is also fully connected topology. This is nodes based on mesh topology, and the structure indicates that star topology. So here one central hub is there, and number of stations are connected through the hub. So hub is known as the central computer or server computer, and all the stations are known as client computers. This is the nodes regarding our star topology, and this is a bus topology. So in bus topology, one single transmission medium is there, and a number of stations are connected through the backbone cable or transmission medium through a drop line or directly. This is all about bus topology nodes. Next one is ring topology. So in a ring topology, stations are connected with each other, and the data flow is here in unidirectional and clockwise. This is note about ring topology, and at last we have read that this is hybrid topology, and hybrid topology includes more number of topologies. That's why it is called as hybrid topology. Here also one hub is there, and 3 transmission mediums are there, and 3 transmission mediums having their own stations. N number of stations. This is all about hybrid topology, advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.